Good morning everybody. Well, today I was supposed to be at St Alphege Junior School making palm crosses. The idea was that I would teach year 5 to make the crosses, and then they would buddy up with a child from year 2 and teach them to make a cross. It's one of the highlights of my year. It's complete chaos, but it's always a great joy to see the 2 year groups working closely together. So as I've reflected on the fact that it's not possible for me to be at the school today, I've realised that our palm crosses, our palms, are locked away in St Alphege Church. So the lovely group of volunteers who normally get together to make the palms for us are just not going to be able to do that this year. So as well as knowing how to make crosses out of palms, I've also learnt to make palm crosses out of an A4 sheet of paper. So I thought it'd be wonderful if we could each make a palm cross out of a piece of A4 paper, and then on Sunday, when we're sharing in worship online at 10 o'clock on Palm Sunday morning, we can each hold our paper crosses up to be blessed. So I'm going to give you an opportunity now to pause the video and find, all you need is an A4 sheet of paper, any colour will do, and a pair of scissors. So come back in a moment and I'll teach you how to make a palm cross out of a piece of A4 paper. So the first thing that we need to do is to cut off 2 strips from the sheet of A4 paper, approximately 1.5 centimetres wide. Just to say that the instructions to do this, the written instructions, will be on the website or on Facebook. So if you can't follow what I'm doing immediately, you can always get hold of the instructions and then use those alongside this video. So we now have 2 strips of paper. So you need to make sure that you cut the strips of paper from the long side. So now, the one piece in your right hand you need to turn at a right angle and then hold it or place it to the front on top of the piece of paper that's facing down, so corner to corner. The next thing you're going to do is to fold down. So you're going to fold once and then fold again. Okay, like so. Now the cross beam that's pointing, in my case, to the window, this is one of the most important bits. You're going to bend backwards at the crossing point. So bend backwards all the way round, pressing it together. So now your cross beam is facing the opposite direction. So you've folded it backwards like that. Now, you need to take the end and thread it through a little gap that you'll find at the front. So you've got a little gap there at the front and you're threading the end through the front. If it's a bit wide, you can always sort of cut the end off, narrow it down. So you thread it through the front, then you need to pull it, keep pulling, 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 pulling all the way through. And if you've done it right so far, the 2 pieces of paper should be locked together. So that's what we want to see. If it all falls apart, then you probably need to start again. So now, the cross beam, you then fold forwards and thread it again through the loop at the front and pull it through until you've got about a 5 centimetre loop here. So like that. And then the piece here, you then fold that backwards to form the other loop and then just tuck it into the back. You might want to even it all up at this point. Oops, I'm having a bit of difficulty with mine. There we go, that's better. So there we go. So that's your cross beams. Now the next thing, turn it upside down, and then this long piece, thread it, depending on which way you turned it, thread it to the front or the back. Now mine's a bit wide, so I'm just going to snip the ends off to make it a bit narrower, so that it's then easier to thread through. So I'm going to now thread it through and then pull it down till we've got, again, about 5 centimetres at the top, and there you have your palm cross. Now what we need to do is to keep it somewhere safe, and on Sunday we're going to use them as part of the service, which will go live at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning on the website or Facebook, and we can hold these up to be blessed.